Hello, my name is Andrew Schlegel. I'm an instructor here at City University of Seattle. I'd like to do a slide presentation here about understanding the course. This lays out what you need to understand is we go to training. After training, we discuss with our colleagues and our bosses about the courses, what we can do to facilitate the learning for the students, how we can improve our courses. Also, every time I teach a course, I take feedback from the student. How can I improve the course for you? What do you think I could have done that would make the course better? So I want you to understand there is a process that I use in this course, and additionally, CityU does things a little differently than some universities, and I do like it, but we're going to discuss what some of the problems are that can arise from that, and also an online course obviously lacks there's advantages and disadvantages to an online course. The online course is obviously very convenient. You really get more access to the instructor because I'm required to sign in 4 times a week. But the biggest problem with an online course, I think, is communication because we're not there in person speaking to each other. So communication, we need to really make sure we're communicating effectively. And I think this is a process I'm slowly developing to communicate better with the students. So I think this is one of the most important things you can do well to do well in this course is to understand this presentation that I'm giving you here. So, all right, understanding in the course is in the beginning there's a shell. Now I understand some of you this is your first course at CityU. Some of you are you're going to be graduating next semester. You may even be graduate students. But this is, trust me, very important to watch this because I have a process that I'm using in this course, in every course that I do. And this is the process, so please watch. So in the beginning, there's a shell. You're taking some course, some computer science course, whatever it is, or a different course that I'm teaching. And the shell is provided by the university, okay? And in that shell is a lot of important stuff. And I had nothing to do with that, okay? It came to you and it came to me like this. Basically, at City University of Seattle and the courses I teach, everything is project oriented. You may get 5 to 10 projects in a semester. There are no exams. 80% of your grade is usually determined from the projects and 20% from the discussions. So if you take a look here, thinking of this as a specific project, let's just say we're doing project 5. Then there's a module for project 5, and that module will include reading assignments out of the book. It'll include additional resources such as web pages, videos, things of that nature. Now, under course information, it includes a project outline, and it also includes rubrics. Under that project outline, it's a general description of the problem. It's not giving you specifics, and then under the rubrics, it's saying what you have to do to meet a certain grade. Okay? And again, remember, this was all put in the system by basically my bosses put it in there, and you and I both should have equal access to all of this information. Now, as we go along, as if by magic, this project appears in the shell for you to do. Okay, so the student starts to look at this stuff in the shell and reads this project and just really feels overwhelmed. I mean, there's a lot of material here, especially in the additional resources, the reading assignments, the rubrics, the project outline, all of this stuff the students read, and it's just, it's overwhelming. And the student may even feel like all the information is not here to complete the project, and in some instances that may be true. I don't deny that. Now, if you watch further, you'll see the instructor actually behind the scene is taking this general description for the project, all the reading resources and assignments and reading assignments, and create an I make the project from this assignment. I make the project, okay? So what does that mean? Only I know how I got from the shell to the project. The university doesn't really know. My boss doesn't even know the exact specific details of how I got from the project outline to the specific project assignment. Well, you got to understand that they're putting the additional resources and the reading assignments in here. And basically, this is covering a whole lot of stuff, okay? So, what does this mean to you? It means that I can focus, I can start to focus this information specifically as it is required to complete the project. Because remember, I know what you need to know to complete the project because I made it. And additionally, I'm going to be grading the project based on the rubric. So again, I know the scope that you need to go, the depth and scope you need to go into on each topic to meet the rubrics, and I know the information you need to know to solve the problem. So additionally, depending on the course, like for example, some courses we're upgrading from 2000, like do a project in 2008. Well, now we might do it on Windows Server 2012. So these additional resources won't be really relevant. So you'll need additional information. So in some courses, not only can I focus this information to get you to a solution, you may not have all the information you need because the projects have been updated and maybe the reading material hasn't. So in that instance, a person that's sitting over here trying to grab all this information and solve this problem may say that not everything is included, and I wouldn't argue that. In some rare instances, that may be true. Okay, so what's the process then? So let's go back just one here. So there's also 20% of your grade is the discussion questions. So these are not random discussion questions. When I first started doing courses at CityU, I would just grab stuff out of the book and then students would just copy and paste out of the book. But I don't really think that was helping anyone. So what I want you to understand is your discussion question is 20% of your grade, but I want you to look at the discussions as a path to the solution for the projects. Because as I'm making this project, or let's say I taught this semester 2-3 semesters ago, or I've taught it 2 or 3 times, I make these discussions based on what I know that you need to know in order to solve the problem. It's these discussion questions are starting to focus in on solving the assignment. Okay, so I post these in the discussion questions. So the more you participate in the discussions, you're gonna earn your 20% just by participating. Because as long as you participate, I'll give you full credit on discussion. And additionally, it's gonna start. It's really part of the process for solving the problem of the project. Okay, so participate in the discussions. Okay, so now what else do? Is I add videos to the announcement section. Okay, so when you take a course in Classroom, you're going to have to attend 3 hours of lectures a week. So from my perspective, if I add 3 hours of less of videos a week, then that's fair. That's a fair expectation for you to watch those videos. So these will be in the announcement sections. Usually it's not going to be 3 hours. The better way to look at it is, the better way to look at these videos that I'm providing you is I'm condensing this information. I made this project. I'm grading this project. I know what you need to know to do the project, and I'm giving you a direct path to that project. So really, I may be providing 2 hours of information here, but I've reduced 10 hours of work to sift through all these resources and such that you can go the wrong path. Okay, so basically, I do have video lectures by usually a leader in the industry, or I may do a lecture myself which focuses you towards the solution to the assignment. After the lectures usually comes a lab. Now again, this is going to be course and project specific. You may get 5 lectures and 2 labs, or 2 lectures and no labs. Whatever I think you need to get to the solution to the project that I designed, because I know what you need and I know what I'm going to be great looking for when I'm grading. It's coming right out of the rubrics. And the issue here is scope. How much am I expecting you to do in a particular topic? So also what you need to understand is the projects really aren't consistent. They come to me a project outline. Some, and this is good, I'm not saying it's not. Some of them are pretty simple, direct, straightforward, like, for example, install Linux, install Apache, make a few changes to the HTML web page. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, pretty direct. It's pretty hard to get that confused. And some projects might be, for example, like create a network. And then part of the rubrics is to get an A is to, include security in your network. Well, what does that mean? I mean, you could get a PhD in system security. So what are you going to do to meet the assignment objectives? Because I know what I'm looking for in the grade, I'm giving you that information through this process. So, scope is a big issue. I may not be able to say, well, in that type of project, I can't say, well, put servers in the DMZ, use 2 firewalls to isolate the DMZ. You see what I'm saying? Because by telling you how to do that, I'm designing the network for you. So, those are not so easy to communicate in those type of problems. Okay, so anyway, let's go on. Let's go back to this guy. He insists, the guy's just clueless. He's unaware of this process or just doesn't really want to participate. He just insists on randomly reading and pulling data from here, reading this thing, reading the project assignment, and trying to connect it together. And he's really frustrated. He's not happy. In a way, he's doing a lot of work, but he's spinning his wheels. He's frustrated. He's certainly not going to get a good grade, and he's not going to be happy. I'm not going to be happy. Nobody's going to be happy. So, guess what? Don't be that guy. Okay, don't be that guy. This way, please. I'm laying a path for you to solve this problem that they gave you right here in the project outline. I'm laying a path. All right, these students, they understand what they're doing. Come in and read the assignment. That's really important. Read the assignment. Okay? You may not understand it all, but go ahead and read it. After that, go to the discussion questions. Remember, when I made this project here, I put discussion questions in there that starts focusing you on a solution towards the project. Okay, so participate in the discussion. Plus, you get 20% free in your grade. Next, you want to read, especially the rubrics. The rubrics is telling you what you have to do to earn a specific grade, right? Okay. Then do the videos in the announcement section. That's going to watch the lecture video, watch the lab videos. Then you go to the module for that project. You pull down the PowerPoint presentation, and with that PowerPoint presentation, there's going to be an included video of me going over the PowerPoint presentation. I'm describing to you what you have to do in this project. I'm giving you additional web pages, videos, whatever you're going to need to solve this problem. I'm giving it to you. Okay? Bam, problem solved. Probably you get a good grade and everyone's happy. So that's the process, and I hope that's pretty clear. And everything is provided for the student to earn 1,000 out of 1,000. And I've had multiple students earn 1,000 out of 1,000. I've also had students that participated the whole semester and earn less than 200 points out of 1,000. So if you feel like this, what I've learned from the classes I've taught at CityU is if you feel like this, I understand that learning difficult material, especially if it's new to you, can be frustrating and overwhelming for a while. That's normal. Just be calm, work your way through on the process I showed you. But if you're really feeling like this for a long time and you're just certain that the information isn't here for you to solve the problems, then I've determined that it's at this time, I've determined that it's one of three problems. One is you didn't read the material, okay? And you didn't watch the lab and lecture videos in the announcement that I provided. Read the material, watch the videos, okay? It's mandatory. Okay, now problem number two is you did read the material and you watched the videos, but you really don't understand enough to be able to solve the problem. So at that point, all we can do is say ask questions and do that in the Q&A section of the show. Now, if you feel like you are able to answer the question of another student, go ahead and answer it or at least discuss it. I don't have a problem with that. And that way we can all kind of help each other, and I'll certainly get in there and help you as well. I'm required to sign in 4 out of the 7 days in a week. So basically, I'll be in there every other day. So if you ask a question today, you're likely to get an answer fairly soon. So the third problem is you did read the material, you did watch the labs, and you do understand everything, but you still feel like there's not enough information to solve the problem, and that's because you're overestimating the problem. You're going over and doing more than you need, like security, for example. It's like this. It says this network should include security. Well, you're doing too much security. Which is great, but there's not an 1100 out of 1,000 in this course. There's 1,000 out of 1,000. That's the max. So I certainly want you to do more and learn more. And a lot of times I will provide great resources that will let you go further, such that you may earn an industry certification in that specific topic. I make that available to you if this is something you're really interested in and you want to go further, which I definitely encourage. But the point of this presentation is understanding the course. And understanding the course means understanding how it means understanding what the university has provided, what I've provided, how I created the project, and how you should go about solving the project. Now, let's go back just one step here. You may ask the question, you may say, okay, Andrew. If this is providing the solution, the labs, the lectures, the labs, straight to the problem solved, why can't you just skip all this and follow this through? Well, I'm not going to lie to you. In some projects, the more simple ones, that may be true. But the university wants you to do the reading and participate in the discussions. And my assumption is that you've read the material. So if you just watch these videos here without reading the material and participating in the discussions, then you may not have enough information and you may start to feel pretty frustrated and overwhelmed again, like you're not getting the material you need. So again, like I said, everything is provided for you to earn 1,000 on 1,000, and the process is pretty clear. So I hope you enjoy the course, and I know we're going to learn a lot, and I'll see you in the show. Thank you.